Well, it's a very good evening to everybody here at Oceana. It's 6 minutes past 7 o'clock here. And welcome along to you. And it's the 24th day of July today. And thanks for joining us wherever you may be watching around the country and on the northern beaches. Well, tonight on the show, we're going to be talking about, what is it? You guessed it, it's chicken burgers. But before we get on to that, the recap of our Victorian trip again. We had a lovely time down there 2 weeks ago, and if you ever want a holiday down in Victoria, viewers, get on the XPT and travel down in comfort and get down to Wangaratta at 4 o'clock and go and see the sights of Victoria. You will find our Victorian video on my channel and subscribe to it. And now, on with tonight's show. Well, tonight on the show, it's chicken burgers. And how do you make chicken burgers? Well, you need to have good quality mince, okay? Chicken mince. None of the crappy mince, okay? You need to have fresh ingredients. And now with his opening sequence on this and the chicken burgers, good evening to my outsider. Welcome to you. Thanks for joining me here in the studio tonight.
Thank you, Barry Fear, for welcoming back to the studio. It's always good to be back in the studio and talk about great stuff, and especially this afternoon we have a chicken burger for dinner. Yeah, it's always great
this
evening for a chicken burger. It was like Barry said, you gotta have a fresh means or fresh ingredients to start making your burger.
Now, you need to make sure that you wash your hands before touching the ingredients. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, exactly right. You gotta wash your hands with the gloves on to make sure that everything's on safe. Because you gotta mix all the ingredients. Especially when you're playing with chicken, you need to have a safety, yeah, to make that chicken burger.
And chicken burgers, when they're homemade, guys, you can't go wrong with them. It's better than having takeaway chicken burgers, guys, because you know what's going in them and you know what ingredients you are putting in them. Here's my outsider now to take up the story.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That because you know homemade burger it's always better because you put your ingredients together. You know what to put on. You know what to do. And then you look at what you want to be in there for your burger to make it taste better, rather than buy from the shop. I know they make it, but it's always good to have a homemade burger.
And homemade chicken burgers, guys, you can, like I've just mentioned, you can't go wrong with them. So why not whip up some chicken burgers for your family tonight, or tomorrow night, or whenever you feel like it, and make sure you serve them in fresh hamburger buns, not the stale ones. Here's my outsider.
That's right. When you make your burger, You make sure you have your, your vegetable like, lettuce, tomato, beetroot, or whatever you feel like to put in your burger, or cheese, or whatever doesn't eat dairy. Um, don't worry about the cheese, but you gotta have that ingredients to make it fresh.
Because when you go to a takeaway shop, guys, the chicken burgers, they are not as healthy or fresh. Here's my upside.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you gotta know your stuff. You gotta eat healthy. You gotta eat what you know is better for your body as well.
And if you know that the ingredients for chicken burgers are off, please don't use them. Otherwise, you will be sick. Here's my upside.
Especially chicken. You gotta be watch out for the chicken. You gotta make sure it's cooked perfect. Because if you undercook, you're gonna get sick. Or you might end up in the hospital. But you gotta be cooked properly your meat before you start making your burger.
The next subject on tonight's show is um, not wasting food. Now, we brought a little bit of this up on one of our recent videos. Guys, please don't waste food. Here's my upside.
Mm. Don't waste your food because you waste it because you will pay for it yourself.
Now, back to the importance of the chicken burgers. You must make sure that you cook your chicken burgers well and properly. Here's my upside.
Absolutely right. When you cook your chicken meat, like for your burger, you gotta cook really well because it's not like you cooking beef or lamb. You gotta cook it perfectly.
And if you eat raw chicken, you will be sick. Here's my upside.
You'll be end up in the hospital. Don't cook it properly.
And the importance of chicken burgers, you must eat them within a couple of days. Here's my upside.
1 or 2 days, perfect. Over 2, 3, 4 days, put in the bin.
Ditch it. Because food poisoning, guys, is not the way to go with off food. Because my upsider, a couple of months back, he ate a chicken burger from McDonald's, I believe, and was sick from that.
Yeah.
So, home cooked chicken burgers, guys, you cannot go wrong with them. So, why not whip up a batch of chicken burgers tomorrow night for your tea for the family and add your favorite ingredients for a salad, whether it's tomato, lettuce, beetroot, carrot, cucumber, you name it. Salad is so good, guys. It will keep you healthy and fit for the rest of winter. Here's my upside.
Yeah, that's how you make a burger. You gotta cook well the chicken, and then that's how you know it's good. But please don't leave it too long. You gotta eat it in 1 or 2 days.
And with any meat, you cannot keep it out too long, or otherwise you will end up feeling violently ill afterwards. Here's my upside.
Yeah, don't leave it too long. You leave it outside. You gotta put it in the fridge, keep it cool. After that, you throw it in the bin.
we usually talk about 000, but we are not going to tonight. Instead, we're going to be talking about respecting people's decisions when they decide to leave here at Oceana. Here's my outsider now for this.
Yeah. And police, that's the mess. You guys hear us all the time talk about respecting other people in public. That is a true fact of how we treat people and respect people in public. We gotta be respect them. We gotta be behaving in public properly.
Now, the other day, two teenage boys were cautioned after they climbed the AWA tower in the city. Now, that was terrible. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, that is disrespecting the property of the government, and not even that, but they are very behaving very inappropriately because
Well, inappropriate.
inappropriate, and in fact they make other people very very scared, even their parents, what their parents feel or how they think, making the police and other people get involved. It's a lot of work.
So please, kids out there, don't be a daredevil and get yourself arrested.
Yeah.
And the last thing on tonight's show is some motorists not paying for petrol. Please, guys, do pay for your petrol, whether it's money or credit card. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't pay your petrol, I'm sorry, you're gonna be walking. You gotta respect it. You gotta go and pay for your fuel.
It's not like you can just fill up and drive off because these businesses might have to keep operating if you pay money after you fill your vehicle up. So, guys, please fill your car up. Don't be an idiot and just drive off. Our closing sequence, the chicken burgers, the subject we opened tonight's show on. So if you would like some chicken burgers for dinner one night, get the kids involved in making them. They are so delicious. Your family will want more and more and more. And here's my outsider to take up this last bit of the story.
Yeah, that's right. If your family they love a chicken burger, you gotta cook it. Make sure that everything is perfect because you're feeding your family. You gotta do your best for your family, man. It's great to have a homemade meal and keep your family healthy and well looked after.
And limit your takeaway to guys. Takeaway food is okay once in a while, but please not all the time. All the time, except when you're really short on time. If you're on your way back from a long drive somewhere, that's okay, but not all the time. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, you gotta rest. When you drive a long distance and a long way, you gotta put on a saying stop, rewind, and what?
Survive. So,
That's right.
which brings me on to the closing subject right now. Our closing subject is please drive carefully on the roads, otherwise you know what will happen. We mentioned this so many times on the show. Bang! Flip, flop. And here is my upsider.
That's right. We keep reminding you guys about calling 000. But then you have to be careful on the road. Like like the boss of the studio, very fierce saying, if you drink and drive, you're gonna be end up like bang, flip, flip. You know, and you don't want to see that happen.
And bang, flip, flip.
Flop.
I'm sorry everyone for stumbling on my word there. And we know that we weren't going to talk about Dribble O tonight, but I feel that it is important that we refresh you guys on this. Please don't call that number unless it is an emergency. Here's my upsider for his closing message.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening and watching us tonight. And make sure if you feel like you have a chicken burger, you gotta cook it properly. You gotta do it. And yeah, thank you for watching us tonight. And then we'll catch up soon, sometime next week.
And don't call 000 unless it's an emergency. Here's my upsider to tell you about this message before we wrap up this show about chicken burgers.
Yeah, that's right. We talk about 000. Guys, please. 000 is not a number that you call every day for a different thing. Your your car is not working, your electricity is not working. That's not a number to call. You call 000 if you have a emergency on your family or someone having to.
We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's show on chicken burgers. Next Wednesday night on the show, we will be talking about the humble hamburger and how to make it. So please do stay tuned for that. But that's all we've got time for tonight on the show. And just a reminder, if you are out in public, please behave yourself. And this is where I'd like to leave you with this quote. And here's my upsider to say the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Thank you guys for listening to us, and please about 000. We keep reminding you guys about 000, and gotta respect that number. You call that number if you have a really, really important or emergency.
And behave in public as well.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot and punch someone over a wallet. Here's my upsider.
Or punch someone up if you have a few drinks. Please don't do that.
And that's our show for tonight, the 24th day of July. And we're heading into the last month of winter, which is August. And next month, we'll be talking more about healthy eating again. So do stay around for our August edition with my upsider. And we hope that you enjoy this chicken burger video along with the bits and pieces. And if you do drive home, guys, be careful, otherwise you can go bang and flip over. Here's my offsider for his closing message about drinking and driving.
Yeah, we're reminding you about drink and drive. Please don't drink and drive because we don't want anything to happen to you. Lose your license first, and plus, we don't want anything to happen to you or you crash on the road. Like Barry say, you're gonna be end up like bang, flip, flop, flip. You don't want to see that happen to you.
And the boys won't be happy if they have to knock on the door and inform your fiance. And this is where I'd like to finish the show by saying, please be careful, guys. Don't use our roads as raceways and give way to emergency vehicles. Pull over to the left and take alternative routes if the road is blocked. And that's all we've got time for tonight on the show. Thanks for your company tonight on the show. And here's my outsider to say his final good night now.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for your listening and watching us tonight. And hopefully, you are hearing what we're saying to you guys about 000, causing trouble, behaving in public, or drink drive. And please have a great night. We'll see you next week.
And next week, we'll be talking about another Aussie favourite, the hamburger. So that's all coming up next week here on the show. But until then, guys, thanks so much for your company this evening. I'm Barry Fair on behalf of everybody here at Oceania. We wish you a very good night and keep reaching for the stars. And do subscribe to my channel, guys, and watch some of my latest videos. But from me, Barry Fair, and my offsider kid, good night, and here he is. Say good night now.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next week. And thank you for listening and watching us tonight.
And subscribe to my videos as well. Good night, everybody. Have a great Thursday and stay safe. And don't drink and drive because bang, 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 flip, flip and flip. Good night, everybody.